Hello, friends. Welcome to Family Movie Night, where we'll be talking about what we watch for Family Movie Night. I'm Mike, and I am talking about Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Look, I know everybody was clamoring to hear my thoughts on Zombies 3, but I just don't have it in me right now because let's face it, Zombies 3 is basically the equivalent of High School Musical 3, except it has to do with aliens and not big decisions about whether or not you're going to go to Stanford or not. Anyways, but Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Gwen watched this recently, and she has been watching this a bunch lately because we're not going to let her proceed forward much more than the Prisoner of Azkaban. Because when we get to Goblet of Fire, things get take a bit of a turn, and I, for one, am not really in the mood to explain some of those things away. But Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is year two for this group. It was released in 2002. Harry Potter lives his second year at Hogwarts with Ron and Hermione when a message on the wall announces that the legendary Chamber of Secrets has been opened. The trio soon realizes that to save the school, it will take a lot of courage. Sure, that is ultimately what that means, I guess. So for me, Chamber of Secrets is probably the least or the lowest of the ranks I have for the Harry Potter movies. And this isn't to say that the Chamber of Secrets is a bad movie, but for me, what I kind of struggle with the Chamber of Secrets is that this plot seems so god freaking improbable that this school exists and they cannot find this chamber after years of searching. But not only can they not find the chamber, but they allow just these, petrifications or all these students to be petrified and just continue to just let it happen. I cannot see a scenario where this is a thing. And I guess the other thing too is that kind of the most frustrating thing about this movie and it kind of just this particular story is just the Gilderoy Lockhart of this just really irks me the wrong way because in the books, and they do an okay job of this in the movie, they very much just portray him as a character who is just way in over his head and just kind of a buffoon, and they do a pretty good job of that in this. But the problem is that Kenneth Branagh is just so charming, and so they just casted him perfectly because he is one of the major characters that are introduced in this. He's introduced in this particular story. Don't really hear from him again, but then you're introduced and you get a little bit more of a sense of the Weasleys. You see the Burrow for the first time, which is really cool. You get to meet both of Ron's parents and, spend a little bit more time with Ginny. And then I guess the other big character that is introduced here, I guess there's two of them. There's Lucius Malfoy, and then there's Dobby. Now, Lucius Malfoy is played to perfection by Jason Isaacs, so I can't fault him for him just going for it and just going completely over the top. And just he plays a great villain so well. And Dobby, what's interesting watching this is that Dobby, his effects look a little dated. And yeah, that makes sense considering that this movie came out 23 years ago. Good Lord. And Fox, the Phoenix, kind of his effects look dated as well. But some of the effects with the diary look really great. Those spiders, those effects look dated as well, but that still doesn't change the fact that it scared me because I don't like spiders either. So I empathize with Ron on that. What I did appreciate about watching this now is that it introduces a lot of concepts and kind of talks a lot about this clear divide within the wizarding world of we have the pure blood magic folks, and then there's the muggles, and then there's the families that kind of have a mix of both. And I like the exploration of that a lot in this story because it enables us to kind of get a sense of what the lay of the land is, and it helps us understand contextually just the tension that is running through this entire wizarding community. So I did really appreciate that aspect. In addition, I did like to see a little bit of history, particularly with Hagrid, because as we get later on in the series, we see less and less of Hagrid, not only in the movies, but also in the book as well, because there's a lot more stuff going on. So I like seeing the backstory with Hagrid, and anytime that we get to see a little bit of backstory, I'm good with that. So I definitely did appreciate that. Still, the scenes in the chamber were really cool. So I did like seeing that. Yeah, just overall, I still enjoyed Chamber of Secrets. Probably like it a little bit better today or now as opposed to watching it before, but that still didn't change the fact that I thought it was just kind of a fine movie. It's still the lowest of the Harry Potter proper movies. I'm not even counting the other Fantastic Beast movies because they would all be at the bottom of this list. So, but Chamber of Secrets still a thumbs up for me, and it's still just a really really great story, and we'll go from there. That's going to do it for this episode of Family Movie Night. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew, wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website and follow us on Letterboxd at MLHilty2452 and follow our list labeled Family Movie Night. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any needs for marketing, logo, or brand standards, contact them at highflyercreative.com. Check out our other website or check out our other podcasts on the network. We've got a lot of great stuff ranging from movies, TV shows, sports, physical media collections, just everything in between. We're launching a couple new shows recently, and yeah, we're really excited about our growth here. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM Crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.